Hey guys, this is Solo Jones here, bringing you another Exodus Gaming cast. And this is going to be between Sagefantasma, the blue Protoss in the bottom right, and Funeral, the red Terran in the top left. And this is going to be game 2 of this series between the two of them in one of the clan matches we played. Joining me, I have someone who is not yet in Exodus, but wanted to do a co-cast, so I let him. Say
Uh,
hello.
and that is me, a Rambo Jesus. I love
Yes.
y'all.
He does love y'all. And okay, this is going to be on Agria Valley, which a lot of people haven't played because it is not in the ladder rotation. But it's fairly popular in tournaments, and I think it was big in the beta. I did not play the beta. I was not into StarCraft yet, but yeah, I think this was an actual ladder map during the beta, and it's kind of weird because it has this hump in the middle and really long routes around with the two Zelnaga watchtowers.
Yeah, it looks like Funeral's putting a supply depot on his ramp, which is usually not a good idea against Protoss.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well for him last time. He did it on Blistering Sands, and he just had his backdoor rocks broken, and it didn't even matter. But
And it looks like he's keeping his SCV there to drop down his barracks. We're gonna see some probe harassment. No.
no, he's going to just come up here and probably check in for a gas, maybe to see about maybe some early Banshees build, because that is what Funeral did last time. He went for the cloaked Banshees to start out, which didn't work out so well for him. But we'll see what he's doing this time.
It looks like he put down his refinery a little late on 13, but not too bad.
Little probe SCV war up here. Looks like with the superior
SCV
health.
wins.
Yes, the SCV does win. He must have gotten the first shot on that one. Oh, and the frowny face from Sagefantasma losing that first probe.
It's gotta hurt.
Barracks completing now for Funeral. Looks like, let's see if well, he's probably going to queue up that first Marine. Is he going to do it?
And oh, he's waiting. He's waiting.
He is waiting. Looks like he's going to secure his wall off first. That's an odd idea. Honestly, Protoss, unless they're going like mass zealot early, it's really not that. It doesn't really matter if
Oh,
you wall off too much.
looks like he's putting down his second refinery at 15.
Yeah,
Very early gas.
that's pretty odd. That shows he might actually be going the 111 build again, or the Destiny Cloudfist build as
Destiny
it
Cloud.
has been dubbed. And well, we'll see if he decides to throw down that factory. Which he has no Marines coming out, which means he is saving up for something. We'll see what
He's
that
not, looks
is.
like he's throwing down his factory as soon as he can.
Uh-huh. Looks like he will be probably going for that 111. Not all that advisable on this map, it seems like. It's a big map, long air travel distances. I don't know. It could work pretty well, I guess, because he does have this open space behind his base for Banshees to come in and out. But he did the exact same thing last game, so I don't know what he's doing, why he's doing it again. Maybe it's like he's a one-trick pony or something.
I don't know, but as Terran, I am always worried about a quick void ray coming out.
Wait a second,
And
though. He's thrown out a second factory instead of a starport. I wonder what that's all about. Maybe Hellions?
maybe I don't usually see Hellions as being that powerful against
You're
Protoss.
right, they're usually not, unless you do like drops in the mineral line. As a Zerg, I'm always afraid of Hellions. But yeah, the second factory. He might be going. I don't know. He's getting a tech lab. He could be going mass siege tank. Maybe getting early Thors. Not really sure.
A Thor rush would be lovely to see.
That would be something special. We have a scan going down in the main of Sage Phantasma. Not going to see much. Just going to see. He is going to see the Chrono Boost on the Warp Gate instead of the Nexus, which I'm not sure really what Protoss is doing at this point. I don't know much Protoss, but that seems pretty standard to me. Throwing up the Robo Bay right when the scan finishes, so he now has 2 gates and a Robo. Looks like he's going for a. I don't know what he's going for yet. I don't know Protoss that well.
Funeral is double tech labbing on his factories, and he's pumping out siege tanks on both.
Yeah, he is. He just started those siege tanks. Looks like I'm a little bit behind you, maybe a bit of lag. Uh, we have, yep, 3-gate Robo coming down for Sage Phantasma. A very measly force of just a Zealot, a Stalker, and a Sentry, but then again, Funeral has built absolutely 0 attacking units, so it's not like he's behind.
Yeah, that's a little risky not having any units at all. 7 minutes into the game,
Yeah, I
almost.
guess that's the reason for his early wall-off, though. He really doesn't want to see doesn't want Sagefantasma to see what's going on. Though honestly now he has scouted absolutely nothing. If you'll look at his cam, he has done that scan, but he doesn't know there could be some hidden tech.
Yep.
There could be a void ray coming or something. If a void ray came right now, he has absolutely no anti-air, and he would die. Not really seeing this as one of the stronger builds in the game. Looks like
Oh.
on the robotics facility from Sagefantasma, we do have an observer coming out, so no early immortal play or anything like that. He has an interesting little wall off on his mineral line, but it's only on one side.
Yes, that's his is a little peculiar.
Yeah, it seems like if he'd done both sides, it would have been pretty effective, but he's just kind of got them all bunched up. He does have his pylons protected. I do kind of like that.
I do like that. Looks like he's pushing out. Looks like he's proxying a pylon right around the middle at that left Zelnaga watchtower.
Looks like he's going to be setting up his attack. His looks like a three gate robo, which is pretty standard. I don't know what he's supposed to have at this point. He is a little supply blocked, which is going to deter him a little bit. Starting to train an immortal, but yeah, it's going to be hurt by that cap.
And that observer has already scouted all those siege tanks, and he's not seeing much else.
There is a command center going down for Funeral. Looks like he's going to expand, which is kind of an odd move at this point. He needs unit variance if he's going to be doing anything. He doesn't need to worry about more economy as he's only getting siege tanks right now. Out of two factories, he has enough to fund both unit producing structures that he has and that he's using. He does have an armory going down, so it looks like he is going to be getting Thor, so he will need the extra economy for that.
I think a starport would be very wise by Sage right now.
Sure.
As he's all he sees is these siege tanks.
The Immortals aren't bad either, but they kind of have to get right up on those tanks. He needs to spread those tanks out because they will do a lot of splash damage to each other. If Sagefantasma somehow gets units in there, they're all just bunched up in one clump, which is not ever a good idea with siege tanks.
I am honestly wondering what Funeral is thinking right
Yeah,
now.
this is a really odd build.
It looks like he's dropping down the armory. Oh, just completed rather.
Finally getting missile turrets with that.
Pumping out a Hellion.
Really, a Hellion. That's odd. Maybe for some scouting?
And one Thor as well.
Honestly, a Hellion could sneak around here pretty easily. You gotta think about the Immortals pouring out of the robotics facility. He looks like Sagefantasma switched to making pretty much only Immortals. I should have had a tab open this whole time. Pretty much only Immortals and just a few Stalkers because he does know he's going against these siege tanks. But yeah, a starport would be great right now. I don't know what his line of thought is. More missile turrets going up for Funeral. Command center is going to be plopping down at... Wait. Oh, looks like he's going for the island expansion. This is kind of a smart move, I guess, though it's not like he's going to have trouble defending against any ground attacks with all these tanks. And his problem is defending against air attacks, so I actually don't agree with him taking that expansion right there. Don't you agree? And then he switches... Look at this. He's sending his command center everywhere. I don't know where he's going with it now.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Why is he just leaving it sitting above his missile turret right there?
I think it was probably a pretty epic misclick. Or he's trying... Oh, he's picking up SEVs, but doing it really slowly.
Now, I'm curious as to see why Sagefantasma is not expanded yet.
Yeah, he's got total map control. Like, ridiculous amounts of map control right now. These siege tanks are not going to cut it for Funeral in taking and holding a lot more bases. And Sagefantasma could have expanded like twice by now and be sitting on tons of minerals. He's kind of wasted his time. He does have the advantage still, though, in this game. Though income is going... Well, he's got a pretty big favor in income. 31... he's actually behind in harvesters, but he's getting a little less gas, I think, and so he's getting significantly more minerals. And Funeral has SEVs just kind of sitting around places, setting up to repair the Thors and tanks.
And if you look at the APM tab right now, it is
kind of, yeah,
about 0 for Funeral and 100 for Sagefantasma.
Pretty telling, actually. If you look, there's actually a bank of 1,000 minerals saved up for Funeral, which is odd since he doesn't have all that much income and has...
And it looks like Sagefantasma is just suiciding his units into Funeral's base for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Looks like he kind of attack moved there and is actually going to lose this battle, which God, that was terrible. I can't believe I missed that. But he did save his immortals. That's actually a big deal since uh
It looks like he's got three zealots walking right into a wall of siege tanks and
ooh, this is
Thors,
gonna be fun.
and they're
Yeah,
fucked.
pretty much. Though I am a little bit behind you. You should pause for a second. Let me catch up. Yep, they're dead. Very dead. Quite dead. Super
Okay.
dead. These immortals
See,
are sneaking around the back past the army, and there's absolutely nothing to defend for funerals. It looks like maybe a mini base trade. Mm, not going to be good for Sagefantasma if he does a little base trade here, as he does not have the DPS to really do anything. What he needs to do is, well, there's not much he can do at this point because there's so many siege tanks, but he does need to come back and try to defend. Those immortals would be really key in defending against all those units, as every unit from Funeral is armored, and immortals do so much damage to armored right now, in this game. Though he needs more unit producing structures. Sage only has 3 gateways and 1 robo. You cannot get units out that quickly with that.
notice Sage didn't even have a sentry to force field off his ramp.
Yeah, that would have made a
Um,
huge difference here. Really, he should just attack with these probes right now. They're just going to die walking past. Might as well get some splash damage from those tanks. Not that it matters. This is pretty much going to be GG from Sage. Made a lot of key mistakes that really ended it for him. Yeah, he's not going to win this base trade, as Terran do have the ability to lift up their buildings. So even if he
yeah,
destroyed everything and hid, pylons everywhere, it's not like he's getting a Stargate down at this point.
yeah. I really would have liked to see a Stargate from him about 3, 4, 5,
I
eight
think a
minutes
Stargate
ago.
at any point would have done him a whole lot of good. I mean, these Thors are really good against Stargate units, but the mobility is what you got to think about. Because if he had like some Phoenixes to pick up these siege tanks and Void Rays to do a whole bunch of DPS, this would have been an easy battle. But instead, looks like Sage is going to lose this one. He's trying to expand to the center. Not sure how that's going to work out for him. I'm actually pretty sure how that's going to work out for him. Not too well.
I think some Thors are gonna walk right up to it and blow
It's
it
a
to
good
pieces.
hypothesis you got there. Um, Sage is destroying everything the Terran has, but then again, the Terran has more than him. So,
And I don't know when Funeral moved his command center over to the island base. I must have missed that. But there is absolutely no way that Sage Phantasma can get to
he
that.
doesn't have Blink. He doesn't have any kind of flying units. So basically, whatever, man. This is game over right here.
That is indeed.
Yep, there's that last pylon. Oh no, it's gonna go down, and
And it goes down. That
this is gonna be it. Yep, game over. It was a good game. Thank you for joining me, Robo. Wow. What's your name again?
my name is Rambo
Rambo.
Jesus.
I said Robo because there's a guy named Robotnik. How did I forget that? I met him today, but he wanted to do a co-cast. He's a cool guy. You're a cool guy, right?
Sure.
If he ends up not being a cool guy, then I will remove this video. We'll see. We will see. Yeah.
Ouch. Oh, that would
Anyway,
hurt.
thanks for watching. I will eventually be posting the third, casting and posting the third game of this series, as it has gone to 1-1 so far. In both games due to some just basic mistakes from both players. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, and you guys should comment, rate, subscribe, and watch the rest of the videos. So, because they're awesome. See you later. Bye.
Bye.